So they say that abs are made in nutrition, right? And for them to become visible, I truly agree. But to build them, we're often recommended to do crunches, to do planks.
But most of the time, that's never really what worked for me. And so today we're going to be talking about my top 2 types of ab workouts when I'm at the gym or when I'm at home. By the end of this video, I'll also be giving you some different weekly ab workout routine examples that you can start applying to your workout routine today. I'm going to show you different versions of it. So depending on what level you're at and where you're doing it, you can try them out. I have found that for my specific body type of ab workout that really burns my core, that really goes in and actually has an effect on my physique and the strengthness of my abs, anything where I'm lifting my legs. And I'm going to show you 3 different versions of leg lifts as well as 2 to 4 different levels within these different exercises so that you can work your way up. And we're just going to start off with my favorite ab workout of all time. And I've worked my way up and I use a weight for this one, but I'm going to show you all the levels. So even if you're doing this at home and you're an absolute beginner, you can still get the same effect. If you watch my channel for a while, you already know this one, but I'm just showing it for anyone new here. Hardest version that I work my way up to doing is that I use an incline bend and then I use a weight in between my legs. I hold on to the top here and then I just lift my legs. Now I want to make sure that my back is flat against the bench. If you're doing this for the first time, you want to do it without weight and just simply right like this. You may want to bend your legs. That's a great way to start. And maybe tiptoe or touch the ground every time you go down. Or if you're a complete beginner or maybe doing it at home, you may just want to lay on your floor, put your hands behind your head, lift up your legs and just do regular leg lifts like this. And then when you want to take it a step further, maybe you want to grab a weight. And when you do that, I actually recommend that you hold on to something like this, and it's just easier. And if you want to make it even better, then you can hold on to weight and go like this. And maybe even touch. These are hard if you do a lot of them or if you go heavy. And if you want to practice it without weight, you can do it just like this. So touch. Or take it a step further and lift yourself up every time with these V-ups. Maybe bend knees. Another way that we can use leg lift exercises is by hanging. I'm personally not a massive fan of that because it's a little hard, which actually shows that I should do it more. I just don't. Also, I don't know if I can even reach. And then you just lift your legs all the way up. And the step down is where you just bend your legs like this. Or if you want to make it a little bit easier on yourself, you can even grab a weight and hold on to that. Makes it a little bit easier if we use one of these. Then again, we can do it bent legs or we can do it straight legs. And something that's really important that you keep in mind is that I'm not a scientist. Oh my God, it's elastic band around these. I also don't use glasses and I just happen to have them in my bag and I wanted to use them when I tell you that I'm not a scientist. But I have heard scientific studies tell me that it's good to do a mix of high rep, which is anything between maybe 12 to 30 reps, and lower reps where it's you go heavier, but then you do fewer reps. So before we move on to the second type of exercise, we all know at this point that nutrition is so crazy important when it comes to getting abs because fat percentage is crazy important when it comes to getting abs. And I used to be 7 pounds lighter than I am now. And at that point, my abs were definitely more defined, more visible. But right now I'm on a journey where I really want to get strong AF. If you watched this video, you know that I just recommitted to gaining some freaking strength and I'm already seeing results after has it been 2 weeks now? But with that, I want to say that if we want abs, it's crazy important that we remind ourselves to also train every other body part because fat reduction just isn't a thing. It is just not. And I think we all know that doing crunches won't do anything to our abs if we are maybe not eating the right foods or maybe in just a caloric surplus, because we do need to lower our body fat percentage to get visible abs. But it's also genetics. Different people store fat in different areas, and so depending on where you store your fat, make you have a bit of a harder time or an easier time. But don't ever let that be your excuse because it's possible for everyone and anyone to get abs. It's just a matter of putting in the discipline. That's a question that we got to be honest about in itself, right? Am I actually willing to do the things that are necessary, that are essential for me to get there? Because if it's not, then stop being such a mean person to yourself about not doing the things if actually deep down you maybe don't even want to. The next type of exercises that I personally enjoy for my abs is for my obliques. And this again is my favorite oblique exercise, and usually I'll grab a weight and do it with a weight here. But if you're a beginner or you have never done this exercise before, I would just start off in the should I walk all the way back there and get a weight? I'll do it for you, just for you. Talking about body fat percentage and me just walking all the way down there. You know about cardio. I don't think cardio is necessary for you to get at, but I do think it will help you with your happiness, which in my opinion is the most important thing. But we don't even need to necessarily be in a deficit to gain abs. Maybe we just need to lose fat and build muscle. And there has been other studies showing that that is possible to do simultaneously. It all is like dependent on the person, right? Where you're at currently. Okay, so with these, I like to add some weight. And when I'm training my abs, I try to use progressive overload, just like when I work out any other body part. So for instance, if this week I do, let's say 15 of these with 35 pounds, next week, maybe I'll want to see if I can go for 16 with 35 pounds, or maybe I want to see if I can go to 37 pounds. I don't even think there's a dumbbell that's 37 pounds, but just a little bit higher. And then I might only be able to do less reps, but that's still a progression, which means my abs are getting stronger. I get the same benefits as the one from the back extension bench on the obliques, and you're doing it at home. A great little oblique exercise is this one, the oblique V-up, or you can even do just that regular oblique crunch. Maybe even add a leg with it, or maybe you want to add a little extra weight and do it with weight. Anything where you're lifting your legs that were the lower part of your abs, anything where lateral is the oblique parts, and then anything where your head is lifted towards your legs that works your upper part of the ab. That's where crunches come in. Something like this ab machine comes in, which I really love because you can add weight. Something that's even more important is that you focus, that you put intention into the area that you're working, that you're squeezing while you're doing the exercise. We all know this, but we all need a little reminder sometimes, right? So if you want to add just 2 types of exercise into the end of every single one of your workouts, I would do one where your leg is lifted, something like that. One where your obliques are working. And if you want a little sprinkle on top, you want to do the regular crunch version. Or maybe you split it up. So one day you do the leg lift, second day you do the oblique stuff, third day you do the crunch stuff, maybe you take a day off, and then you repeat. And if I were you, I would do 3 sets of each. I would do anything between maybe 10 to 30 reps of each of those sets, 2 types of exercises in total, and that's it. You're all set. Those abs on point. If you also make sure to eat the right nutrition, of course. Sending you a massive hug, and remember, you can do anything you put your mind to. It's just about making a decision, committing, going for it, and believing in yourself, and giving yourself a lot of loves and kisses. And if you want to hit the subscribe button and be a part of my family, it would actually make me very, very happy.
But to build them, oh,